Let the faithfuls be seated. Tendai MWARI. Let the faithfuls incline thine ears, thine hearts, souls to the word sounds. The word sounds and power. Word sounds and power that evokes ma'at, truth, justice, righteousness, harmony, balance, reciprocity, order. For word sounds have power. Hear the words, hear the words, hear the words. Truly, truly it has been said that one who is so great, one who has given so much, can never truly die. Is that right, brothers and sisters? Truly, it has been said that all great people celebrate the outstanding events and contributors to their history. Is that right, brothers and sisters? And so we gather today around this sacred shrine in the presence of our ancestors and our elders, our children and the spirits that are yet to come forth, to give honor, to give praise to the name, to the spirit, to the life force, to the legacy of the eminent prophet, King Baba Omowale Malcolm X, one who lived his life and gave his life so we could have a better life, one who stood up and faced his assassins and took 16 bullets all over his body for our liberation. This is the 50th anniversary of that brutal, savage, and treacherous event. The least we can do is gather in his name and in his honor. The least we can do is remember him. Truly it has been said by great ones who have come before us that the way to honor great ones is first to honor great who have passed on, is first to continue to speak their names, call their names, call their names, call their names. And secondly, to deify their completed works, to deify their completed works, to recognize therefore divinity in their great works and to honor their great works. And thirdly, to fulfill their incomplete works, to fulfill their incomplete works. And fourthly, brothers and sisters, Sister Marcia Rigg has just walked in. We're going to have to ask her to stand again. The sister of Sean Rigg. We know what happened to our brothers and sisters, and this sister has been fighting the battle. We just talked about Ma'at, truth, justice, and righteousness. Stand up, my sister. Just stand up and hold that space for a moment. Our sister is here with us. I ask us all just to rise for a moment and give her your love. Come on. Let her feel our love. Come on. Hello! Hello! Hey, 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 hey! tender. Thank you very much for that, brothers and sisters. Tendai MWARI. We build monuments in their names and edifices in their names. We build monuments and edifices in their names, bearing their images and bearing the narrative. I said the narrative of their life and their legacy, brothers and sisters. Truly, it has been said that until the lion learns to tell its own story, tales of the hunt will continue to glorify the hunter. Is that right, brothers and sisters? And that which glorifies the hunter vilifies the lion. That which glorifies the hunter vilifies the lion. Who tells your story, sons and daughters of Africa? Who controls the narrative of your history? Who controls the narrative of the lives and the legacies of your great ones? Can you then complain when your oppressor distorts the truth about your history, about the men and women who died for your liberation, when you haven't stood up like men and women and taken control of the narrative? Today, we take control of that narrative. We come before the shrine to evoke Ma'at, truth, righteousness. For without truth, justice, and righteousness, there can be no harmony, there can be no balance, there can be no reciprocity, and there can be no order. So what is the truth about Papa Omowale Malcolm X? What is the truth about Papa Omowale Malcolm X? Well, we know the truth. The truth starts. It goes way back, brothers and sisters, to hundreds and thousands of years, rooted in the sacred and blessed continent, our motherland, Mama Africa, where for thousands of years, Africans, we were unfolding history, building great civilizations, great kingdoms, in our search for the meaning and purpose of life, and our yearning to fulfill the meaning and purpose of life. And then we were interrupted by invasions from the east and from the west. Arabs who call themselves Muslims, Europeans who call themselves Christians, and in the name of their gods, in the name of their religion, meaning no disrespect, son and daughter of Africa, we welcome, regardless of religion. But the truth must be told. Is that right, brothers and sisters? They use their religions to justify our enslavement and our conquest and colonization. They use their religions to demonize us and make us hate ourselves. They use their religions to justify reducing us to the lowest creatures on the planet, the lowest creatures in the universe. It was in that wave of the Ma'afa that an ancestor of Papa Omowale Malcolm X was snatched from the western shores of Mama Africa and dragged across the Atlantic Ocean, thousands and thousands of miles, and trapped in conditions called slavery. But we are told he was from royal stock, and fought relentlessly against, he was from the Bambara people of West Africa, and he fought relentlessly against slavery until one day, read the book Seventh Child, written by the nephew of Papa Omowale Malcolm X, Rodnell Collins, the son of his elder sister, Mama Ella, who tells us the story about the lineage that brought Omowale Malcolm X into being. And when we understand that lineage, we understand that the birth and the manifestation of Omowale Malcolm X was not an accident. The name of that ancestor, who was the great-great-grandfather of Papa Omowale Malcolm X, was Ajar, or we say King Ajar. So we pour libation. I want to hear everyone in the room when we say King Ajar, say Uyai. Try it, brothers and sisters. Say Uyai. Oh, you can do better than that. Say Uyai. Let the energy flow. Let the spirit flow. Say Uyai. Let's call upon these great and powerful spirits. King Ajar. Oh, let me feel you, brothers and sisters. King Ajar. And King Ajar produced many children, one of whom was named Tony, who was married to a woman called Clary. And Tony was a mason and a builder. Tony was in the spirit of his father, sought to reclaim African sovereignty by purchasing land and property, building property, as many as he could in his lifetime, for those who would come behind him, because he believed deeply in self-determination. We pour libation to Papa Tony and Mama Clary, the great-grandmother and great-grandfather of Tony, the son of Ajar. Uyai. And again, Uyai. And Papa Tony and Mama Clary had 22 children. 22, one of whom was named John, or Pa John, married to Mama Ella, or Grandma Ella. We say Grandma Ella, and I'll explain that in a moment. We're going to pour libation to them because they also inherited the spirit of and Tony going through the ancestral lineage. We pour libation to Pa John, Uyai, Mama Clary, Uyai, and all the 20 children of Papa Tony and Mama Clary. Uyai! Papa John and Grandma Ella gave birth to 7 children, I believe. One of whom was the father of Papa Omowale Malcolm X. His name was Earl Little. Little was a slave name, the slave label that the family was lumbered with. And so he was named Earl Little. Uyai! Earl Little, the father of Omowale Malcolm X, united first in divine conjugal union with Daisy Mason and produced 3 children. And then with Louise Little and produced 7 children. We pour libation to Papa Earl Little, who was a Garveyite, a branch president of Papa Garvey's organization, the UNIA-ACL, and Mama Louise Little, who was also a Garveyite. She was branch secretary, our branch publicity secretary for the UNIA-ACL. We hail them. We hail, brothers and sisters, the children of Papa Earl Little. Now, one thing we must know is that 4 of his brothers were also active in the Garvey movement. And Papa Earl Little and 4 of his brothers were murdered by white supremacists, the Ku Klux Klan and other white supremacist groups. 5 of Earl Little's sons, brothers, Earl Little and 4 of his brothers were murdered. One of the 7 children that Papa Earl had with Mama Louise was Papa Earl's 7th child and Mama Louise's 4th child. And Papa Earl had a premonition that this being his 7th child, drawing from the spiritual wellspring of our ancestral teachings, the number 7 being a special spiritual number, he knew this son would be extraordinary. Like the mother and father of Papa Garvey knew he was going to be a special force. Omowale Malcolm X was destined to be what he became. Do you hear me, brothers and sisters? It was in the blood. It was in the spirit of his ancestral lineage that he was to rise up and lead his people in the way that he did. It was no accident, brothers and sisters, nor was it by human design, but divine decree. That force could not have been stopped. It was inevitable. Because of time and moving very quickly, we give thanks and praises, brothers and sisters, that even after the death of Earl Little and because of the pressures of the state that was heaped on Mama Louise, driving her into a mental institution, breaking up the family, the children farmed out and fostered white families who abused them. Papa Malcolm X turned to crime, and he tells us in his own words he became an extreme delinquent. And we know he ended up in prison. But his brothers and sisters, whilst he was in prison, brought the message of the most eminent prophet and king, His Excellency Marcus Mosiah Garvey, which they saw being manifested in the nation of Islam, whose founding father was a former member of the UNIA-ACL. Brothers and sisters, Papa Omowale Malcolm X then joined the Nation of Islam and transformed that organization from a marginal, relatively unknown operation in the United States of America into a mass movement nationally and internationally, because of the power of his spirit and his undying commitment and dedication. Because of time, brothers and sisters, I'm going to move very quickly and just call the names of Papa Omowale Malcolm X's siblings. And then honor the woman who was his soulmate. We're going to come to that great woman in a moment. But let's call the names of his siblings. We start with Mama Ella. Uyai! Mama Mary. Uyai! Earl Jr. Uyai! Wilfred. Uyai! Mama Hilda. Uyai! Papa Filbert. Uyai! Baba Reginald. Uyai! Now we don't know, brothers and sisters, if the others who are younger than Papa Omowale Malcolm X, Reginald is his younger brother, but we don't know whether Wesley and Robert is the youngest one, this Yvonne. Wesley, Yvonne, I believe Robert, the youngest one, is still alive, brothers and sisters. So we will just for now call their name in honor. Let us honor them, put our hands together and heal them, brothers and sisters. Heal them! And let us honor the Queen Mother Goddess who gave love in his lifetime to our great prophet and king. The woman who held him in her loving embrace and received his life force so his seed could reproduce himself in mind, in body, and in spirit. Through her, he was blessed with 6 daughters, 4 who were born before him, and 2 who were in the womb of their mother, even as he was gone down in the presence of his wife and children. That great woman left our earthly company in very tragic circumstances in 1997. A fire that was started in her home that was attributed to her grandson who was 12 years old. Time does not allow to go into the full facts, but many questions remain about how that fire spread so quickly. But brothers and sisters, this was a great woman in her own right who met her man, her soulmate in the nation of Islam and united with him while seeking a commitment to the liberation of her people, and who continued even after his passing to raise 6 girls and continue to keep her husband's name alive and continue to commit herself to the liberation of our people. This great woman deserves that we stand to our feet, call her name, summon her spirit, and heal her. Can we rise as we remember, as we call the name of Mama Betty Shabazz Uyai? Heal her! Heal her! Heal her! Heal her! Whilst we are standing, let us remember the daughters of Papa Omowale Malcolm X and Mama Betty Shabazz, who annually honor the life and the works of their mother and father. We want to remember them. We always remember them when we come before the shrine in tribute to Papa Omowale Malcolm X. We call the names of the daughters. Tendai MWARI. The daughters are Atala, otherwise known as Miss Shabazz. Hello? We don't pour libation, we're just healing them. They're all still with us. I should say they're all with us, not still. They're all with us. Atala Shabazz, Miss Shabazz. Hello? Kubila Shabazz. Hello? Ilyasa Shabazz. Gamila Lumumba Shabazz, Malaika Shabazz, Malak Shabazz, the daughters of Papa Omowale Malcolm X and Mama Betty Shabazz, whose spirits we aim to soothe and to heal as they continue to feel the pain of the loss, the tragic loss of their mother and their father, for standing up for us. Dare we forget them. And we must also sadly pour libation as we look to round off our libation, brothers and sisters. And as we complete this narrative, we pour libation to the grandson and first male heir of Papa Omowale Malcolm X and Mama Betty's son, Betty Shabazz. She was Saunders before she became Shabazz, who was viciously battered to death in May the 9th, 2013, who had told the world before he was assassinated that the government of America, through the FBI, were stalking him, had made numerous interceptions, prevented him from traveling on a number of occasions, had kidnapped him for weeks. Nobody knew where he was. And he warned us that there was a plot to assassinate him, and asked us what would we do when that happens. We didn't answer him then, and we still haven't answered him yet. We have work to do. But for now, for today, for this moment, we must remember, we must honor, we must call the name of Malcolm Shabazz Jr. Uyai! 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 That his name, his spirit will never die. We must remember his two daughters. He was 28 years young when he was snatched from us. We must remember his two daughters, who, like his mother, are now left fatherless. Let us take one moment to absorb the narrative, one moment to absorb the libation that we have poured today, so we may consolidate meaning, its energy in our souls, in our hearts, and so that our thoughts and our meditation will bear fruit. Tendai MWARI. One male, one female. Now we're going to commune with our ancestors, brothers and sisters. We've asked two of our elders to join us as we commune with our ancestors. Ooh, ooh. name.